Yeah.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Here at Veteran Trash Talk, we actually vet our sponsors. We don't just take their money and run like a Butterbar lieutenant lost on the land nav course. Are you finally ready to plant your flag and claim your territory? Maybe it's time to use that VA loan to buy a home. Or hell, maybe you're looking to refinance and put some extra cash in your pocket for more questionable life decisions. Either way, the Veterans Mortgage Source, powered by Canopy Mortgage, has your six. Look, buying a home or refinancing can feel like getting overrun on a bad op. Chaotic, confusing, and full of obstacles that make no damn sense. That's where Corey and his team come in. They're like the QRF of home loans, ready to pull you out of the chaos and guide you to the best program for you. And trust me, they'll answer all your questions. Yeah, even the dumb ones. Whether you're a salty vet or fresh out of barracks still trying to figure out where your TA-50 went. Great service, solid rates, and a team that actually understands the military life. That's why all of us here at Veteran Trash Talk trust them to do right by every veteran and their family. Ready to lock it in? Give Corey a call or shoot him a text at 808-699-7874. That's 808-699-7874. Don't wait. Unless you like overpaying and getting treated like an FNG. The Veterans Mortgage Source is powered by Canopy Mortgage, LLC. All loans are subject to credit and property approval.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Listen, it's impossible to fight, okay, if you don't know what you're fighting for. Does that make sense? Like, if you're in the dumps and you're struggling with mental health, things of that nature, it's going to continue tearing you down, all right? Because you're consistently trying to fight something, which is that demon, which is usually something from the past, right? Maybe that why needs to be fighting for your future. Let that be your why. Get the hell up and start fighting for your future. Stop fighting things that happened in the past. Easier said than done, right? Go seek help. It's okay not to be okay. A lot of people need to hear this. You are more of a warrior and a fighter if you stand up and say, hey, this has to stop. I need to go seek help. The stigma, everything has changed. It's okay not to be okay.
And so my honesty cap is dedicated to a little, we'll call it a public service announcement for civilians and other people in the military. There are a few people that you should always take their stories with a grain of salt. Vegans, CrossFitters, and special operations guys that tell you that they were special operations without being prompted. The first thing they say is, yeah, I used to be soft. Right. The only unicorn in that entire group is like a special operations guy that was like a vegan and did CrossFit. That guy's probably going to stay quiet for a little bit longer because he's confused as what he should talk about first. And that's the only reason. Right. Anybody that says that they were soft without being prompted or without it being like a normal part of your communications is probably either an enabler or going to tell you a bunch of stuff that's not exactly true.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What's up, Gruntworks Nation? Big Earl. You heard Dave talk. You heard Buddy talk. Now, Buddy's all about, he is a Green Beret and he's Special Forces and yada, yada, yada. But he will not tell you that unless, he really, really likes you and he's made dinner for you. However, what Veteran Trash Talk does is we bring a lot of light to the veteran community, the first responder community. We promote that what we're doing well, all right, whether we're running for office, we started a business, nonprofit, all those things. Veteran Trash Talk is a super clean page. We got Gruntworks if you want to go there and raise a little hell a little bit, but we are here to promote veteran-owned businesses. So the show you are about to watch is a veteran or veterans or a spouse of a veteran or a child of a veteran that's doing great things in the community, and we need your help promoting them and getting them all all the success that they need. All right, guys, enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What is up, Gruntworks Nation? Welcome to Season 3, Episode 9 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today is Army veteran Sam Zucker, founder of the Foxhole Collective. And joining me as usual are the Big Earl and Buddy. Happy Saturday.
Yeah, dude, you sent a picture of a little dog. Like to
first
the
of
chat.
all,
Like,
if you
oh
read
my
the
God,
article-
this little dog got killed by a cat. Like,
if you
seriously.
read the article, it talks about
Did I read the article right now, pre-show?
Oh, but you will, and you'll
No,
find that I was
okay.
right. Bobcats' agility make them better fighters. So
Yeah, dude, it jumps over my 20-foot wall.
Bigger dogs.
It jumps over my 20-foot wall.
And Rottweilers. It actually talks about both of those.
A pit bull's not even a
Bigger
big dog.
Is gonna stand up to a pit bull. Don't think so. Yeah.
So-
And the dumpster fire has started. We should ask the chat. We had a big conversation. Buddy thinks that bobcats are extremely dangerous and will go and kill all your dogs.
I've seen actual.
I'm just gonna put this
house
out there.
cats put human beings in a hospital.
Both the people that own a dog that this is about, they're German Shepherds.
Well, we've talked about, how
German
cats are
Shepherds,
evil.
well, they would never be able to defeat a German. Oh wait, but they can. They have.
I don't know, man.
Just saying.
I don't know.
They don't know.
I hear a lot more about coyotes attacking dogs,
You don't want to. You don't.
but
wanna
I don't know about
have a
bobcats.
pet and have them like, hey, want to play with Fido? No, he's gonna eat Fido. Gonna tear his guts out. Fido's gonna try to grab his neck, and then the bobcat's gonna do what cats do and use his back claws to disembowel your dog, and then you're gonna be
I
like,
mean,
oh.
maybe they just take care of your homeless pets that help you out, so that you don't agree with.
Maybe it's because they're mad because they're homeless pets.
There's no such thing as a homeless pet.
There is no such thing. They're just
Sam's
better.
wondering what he got himself into here.
Yeah, Sam's like,
We'll
shit.
get it.
Hey, I'm here for the ride. I'm enjoying myself here. So
You'll have fun, brother. You'll have fun.
You're lucky that it's not my day for the honesty cap. I had a good one today.
I mean, you can. I'll give it up.
No, it's all right.
I'll give it up.
You can
Oh,
you can do it, buddy.
The honesty cap was going to be more for Chris anyway. It's going to be like, why did the Marines pick pull-ups to be so proud of? Like, Marines are so proud of how many pull-ups they can do. It's the most worthless exercise that's ever been invented. Who uses a pull-up in combat? Kilroy? Other than Kilroy, who's like, is anybody there? Is anybody there? Like, how many times do you have to pull yourself up before you can get over the wall? Like, just one time.
I mean,
you need to, one.
in the RPAT, you got to pull yourself up.
Not to mention, a scrawny dude with no legs doing 20 pull-ups is like a skinny guy that just escaped from the Bataan Death Mart, like talking about his abs.
You do have a point.
Hey, you
there.
got abs. You got because you're starving. You need a sandwich. Of course, you got abs. I got a 6-pack. I've got a 2-pack, but I also could not eat for a couple days and not die. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I only got the 2-pack from getting up to get more beer.
Not
So-
that good. Yeah, not good at all with your pull-ups. I could do 37 pull-ups. You got no legs, dog. What are you talking about? You're just pulling up your arms and your upper body. Your legs are like little twigs.
No.
Yeah, I guess.
I just don't get it.
We went from human MMA now animal MMA.
It's like picking the most random exercise and be like, kind of like push-ups in the Army. Like, why are we so big on push-ups? How many times do you need to push yourself up before you realize just get up? Just
So
stand
what
up.
should it be? Like more combat related, like focused, like with IOTVs on, and like
you should get a
I know that
like you should
ACFT kind of.
you should
like
get in order for a PT every 6 months you should have to fight a prisoner for their freedom. if you win, you get to stay in the Army. If he wins, he gets his freedom.
Yeah, kind of like that.
What
Call
does
of Duty
winning
you got
consider?
sent to the
Are you
gulag
talking
if
about
wanted
like
to come back
to
and
death?
play?
To death?
I mean,
Or just knock out or like choke them out to death?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or like
What do you think?
maybe a PT test could be like you have to go on a road march and then stay awake for 3 hours in a guard tower.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
then you're good. So
Yeah, but you're not allowed to talk. No
yeah,
talking.
but you can't talk.
No talking.
You just have to sit there and stare out at the
Yeah.
Stare out at
No
nothing.
games, no
Yeah.
cards, nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every now and then we'll flash a playing card like
Yeah.
300 meters out. You got to tell them what it is.
Yeah.
That's when the best conversations happen in the military, though, or the guard tower, when you do have somebody with you.
Yeah, that's how you know, that's how you know how fucked up the other person is. When they
Facts.
start asking questions, because those
Yeah.
questions are never to be shared ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guard tower stories are good. The best one, Nick has the best one where he almost got shot in the face while taking care of himself. I'll leave it
Well, I
at
was trying to
that.
stay awake, so I do what you do as a man. You're trying to stay awake, right? So like, and like I said, either the sniper was gay or he was a good dude,
He was being,
or maybe even
he was
both.
being good,
maybe
bro.
even both.
Yeah.
Or maybe he might have been both, and so
Maybe.
he was either enjoying what he was watching,
Maybe
or he was like,
what he
"You know
was.
what?"
He pulled his shot.
Yeah, and then he was like, this is the last time this guy's gonna do this. I'll let him finish, and then
Not
and
a
then,
huge deal, but it's a little known fact that if you have a flashlight at a porta potty and other people are watching the porta potty with nods, you might as well not be in a porta potty because you could definitely see through it.
we got off on some tangents real quick.
There was a dude that
We went from marine pull-ups to jerking off in a porta potty with
that-
flashlights.
There was a dude
Yeah.
that utilizing a porta potty that we were watching, and when he finished and walked out, there was a whole platoon cheering him on. He was a tad bit embarrassed, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well, I would say it's a segue into my conspiracy, but my conspiracy has nothing to do with masturbation, getting shot, animals fighting.
Or bobcats.
But,
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you had gotten if that the last thing you did, if you woke up, St. Peter was there and he was like, Nick, my man. And you were just like, you got me, dude.
Got me. You got me.
Right. You know what can I say?
Okay.
A bad?
I was trying to do the right thing for my boys, man.
I was trying to stay awake. You could just dip coffee. You'd be fine. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my conspiracy ventures more into the paranormal. And have you guys heard of the black-eyed children from England?
Are they
Cannock Chase? Black-eyed children from Cannock Chase, England, who haunt those areas. Chris, play the video, and then we're going to talk about it.
What are you doing, Chris? Play a video. You got one job.
I mean, he played part of it.
Did you know that the legend of the black-eyed children started after multiple people reported seeing little girls with completely black eyes in Cannock Chase, which is the area where serial unaliver Raymond Morris abducted several of his victims. An 18-year-old woman made the first report in 1982 when she was hanging out in Cannock Chase with some friends, partying and having a good time, when she said she heard a little girl screaming for help. She said she saw a little girl around 6 to 8 years old running toward the woods screaming, "Help, mommy, help." She chased after her but eventually lost her as she got to the woods. The police were called, but they never found the little girl. When Raymond Morris passed away in 2014, there was a rash of sighting of black-eyed girls in the area. One man reported, "On Saturday the 13th of September, my wife and I were walking through Cannock Chase with our dog. Once we had entered the woodland and the road was no longer visible, we started to hear the giggling noise of a little girl. To our amazement, a child no taller than 1 meter in height appeared as if out of nowhere further up the path in front of us. We stopped dead in our tracks after noticing her eyes had no color. Her head was tilted to the side in much the same way it would appear if she had been hung. She stared at us for a few minutes before running away into a densely grouped area of trees. My wife wanted to follow her, but I was having none of it." Another woman recalled, "Around 2 months ago, my daughter and I were walking through the area when we heard the screams of a young child. I couldn't tell if it was a boy or a girl, but they definitely seemed in distress and sounded very close to us. so we instantly started running toward the noise. We couldn't find the child anywhere, and so stopped to catch our breath. That's when I turned around and saw a girl stood behind me, no more than 10 years old, with her hands over her eyes like she was waiting for a birthday cake. I asked her if she was okay and if she had been the one screaming. Then she put her arms down by her side and opened her eyes, which is when I saw they were completely black, no iris, no white, nothing. I jumped back and grabbed my daughter, and when I looked again, the child was gone. It was strange, really. I knew something was going to happen even before it did. I just had a weird feeling. And yet another mother was looking through the photos of her children in Cannock Chase in 2014 when she spotted the, quote, ghostly figure of a child in a Victorian dress standing to the left of a tree where her children were climbing. We were on a family walk one afternoon and the kids decided to climb a tree. I stopped to take a photo, but it wasn't until I got home that I spotted a child's face looking back at me. Plenty of other people claim to have caught footage or photos of what they all say are little girls under the age of 10 with completely black eyes. So what do you think? Are these the victims of Raymond Morris doomed to haunt these woods forever?
Yeah, so I chat GPT'd it then as well and looked into it a little bit. And I guess there's tons of sightings, and they all happened after this dude who supposedly killed like 4 or 5 little girls in their early 20s or 30s. You get your chance, buddy. What's up? I'll let you talk.
I don't understand how there's more than one sighting. Like, one sighting, don't go there anymore. We just close it down.
Yeah, and you'll get your take. But I 100% believe in the paranormal and spiritual and ghost sightings and stuff. And I think that these are the victims of that guy. I think he killed like 4 little girls. And these are the victims that are coming back as ghosts. And it is a very haunted area still to this day in England. And people that go into the woods at night can hear like little girls screaming supposedly and stuff. Obviously, there's probably a lot of stories that aren't accurate, right? People are just going there and making up stories. But I believe in it 100%, 10 out of 10. This is a thing. And that's my take. Sam, what you got?
Yeah, I'm not a big conspiracy guy in terms of paranormal activity, so I'm not a huge believer in this. But I will say I was talking to one of my buddies unrelated to this on some paranormal things, and he just gave birth to his first son. He said to me there was 2 things in his life that was so amazing that it left him speechless. The first one is he saw aliens, and then being that he had a son, I thought it was the son. The second one, he said he saw a ghost. So he's a believer. He claims he saw that. So I've never been witness to it, so I can't speak on it. But I'm not a buyer so far.
Do you give it a 3 out of 10? Like where were you at? Where are you at?
I mean, listen, like until I go there and witness it myself, I can't get behind that. So I'm a 3 out of 10, right? Like people have seen it, people have done it, but until I'm there, it's
Sam
didn't happen.
Well, there's more than one sighting. Because people like you, my man.
That's right. That's right.
Then you go see it.
I'm the idiot that goes and then can't sleep for the rest of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
They have to perform an exorcism on you or whatever. Yeah,
that's right.
Buddy, what you got for us?
Well, I mean, I'm fine with spirits. Whatever. It's a thing. I literally just thought about, like, there's a house that came on the market. It was like a cabin built in 1880.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it unless they can there's no ghost. If it's that old, there's a ghost. I'm not down. Like, I'm not leasing my property. What are you paying with? Ghost shekels? No, thank you. No, if you can't pay rent, you don't get to stay at the house. And so yeah, there's a possibility. Then again, it does throw it off a little bit that one was wearing like a Victorian dress. Like, that's weird. That's older than the pictures
the
they
20s
showed.
Or whatever, the 30s. Yeah,
that would have been in the 1820s or 30s.
Right. So maybe it's not the black-eyed children. Maybe it's some other.
Maybe there's all kinds of
things.
Maybe there's something that just brings up like possesses little kids or people that kill kids. Maybe they've been killing kids there the whole time. England's fucked, dude. Like, they got all kinds of crazy shit going on there. Those Brits, you can't, if they're not colonizing, they're fucking each other up. So
yeah, they're bored now.
Yeah, like they got nothing to do other than like think up crazy shit with an accent. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't need.
There's a lot of hauntings out there. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
I mean, they've
Like
been there for a minute.
There's that
Because
Ghost Hunter
they
show.
did some like medieval times was them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only good thing about a British ghost would be the fact that it sounds classy. It's like boo, boo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the only good thing. Other than that, completely messed up society. I don't want anything to do with it. There's a reason that we bounced in 1776, and it was ghost. Gonna leave that there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're 10 out of 10. Definitely haunted.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're a 9. You're a 9 out of 10. Definitely haunted. Not sure if it's the black-eyed girls. Basically,
Well, yeah,
they
I don't know.
originated from.
I mean,
the one murder.
Whoa! Don't put words in my mouth. I'm a 10 out of 10. And I'm just saying that maybe that's a symptom of getting murdered at a young age in that area of England. Is you got them black eyes. Maybe it's a ghost. Maybe it was a ghost that didn't know how to listen. Had to get told 3.
Yeah, I mean, was the Black-Eyed Peas actually named after like the pea, or is that maybe the pea is the eyes because of the Illuminati and their connection to that?
We were going full circle.
Yeah, I think we did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, Boats is on there. What's up, Boats? Yeah, this shirt is for his wife and foundation. Every single penny that we make on it, which is why we charge what we charge for it, every single penny goes to that foundation for breast cancer. So again, every single penny. So if you go buy that and wear it, you'll be a big supporter of it. Plus, it's a badass design. So
true.
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go. I figured I'd say that, seeing as Chris has it up there,
and it's that month to do it.
It is Save the Tatas month. Yep, for sure.
Don't let cancer steal second base.
Yeah. I have some questions. Like, obviously, I believe in ghosts. I'm a little worried about our guest in New Jersey. Like, there's a lot of old weird shit in that area. Like,
what did we cover in New Jersey? We covered
not
it.
A huge deal, I can completely understand why somebody
the New Jersey Devil, the New Jersey Devil, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's your hockey team.
Why somebody that close to New Jersey or in New Jersey that close to New York wouldn't believe in ghosts. Like, the people they see on a regular basis are very ghoul-like. You know what I mean?
They are, but they got a beating heart. That's it.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. So
Isn't
you
that
don't
where
know
all
the
the
difference.
orbs? Isn't that where all the orbs were at?
We got a lot of creatures here. I'll tell you that much.
True.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm pretty sure
I don't hate him for
rats
not
could kill a bobcat. So
I feel like you guys don't know bobcats. That's
but
your problem.
I kind of was thinking right away with how Buddy finished his opinion. Like, what is Canic? Is there anything there? Is there any Is there maybe it's a reason to bring people there because there's just nothing, and then that goes with why Great Britain is in serious trouble right now. Like, they have nothing there. People, if you study history, right, they depleted all of their resources, had to go take over other countries to keep filling their coffers. So what do they do now? Right? I guess they just make shit up. So I'm going to go 5 out of 10 that there's maybe something a little weird there, but I think it's just it's a publicity stunt because nobody gives a shit about England. Like, it's a cold, miserable place. They've been assholes around the world.
You've said that about a couple conspiracies where it's just like they're trying to bring tourism there or whatever. Yeah.
The only people thriving in Britain are Syrians. But so like, I mean,
maybe they should send them all to Canic.
Yeah, exactly. And then in spirit of the No King's Day, right? They still have King there, and I don't know what that king's doing. So yeah, they're a miserable people, and they were assholes around the world for a century. Like, it is bad. Like, so no, I'm going 5 out of 10. So.
5 out of 10. Okay.
What was the town called again? Canic?
Cannock. Cannock. What did ChatGPT say about it? Did it say like is there anything in Canic? It was just had this one guy that was
what I got from
unaliver?
ChatGPT was just that it's just ChatGPT actually agreed more with Buddy that that's just been a haunted area forever, and that these black-eyed girls are not from that mass murder from the 1930s.
Yeah, and she was saying unaliver because she was on TikTok, right?
Yep, you can't say.
Yeah.
Those,
you can't say that.
Well, we technically can't say those words here either, but we just do, and that's why.
Can you say them now though? Because there's the American version of TikTok, or is that still the same rules? I don't know.
Well, you can say pro-Israel now like crazy. You can do all that stuff, and yeah.
One of the other big holes in the story was what's 1 meter high?
3 feet, approximately.
3 feet.
So
3 feet, or about
is actually a
size of a dog standing up. Like we don't use that. We don't talk like that. I don't know what a meter is. So like unless I'm needed for something important, like how far am I going? I got to go kill that person or with artillery. Then I might use the metric system.
Like for instance, how far is the moon from Earth? How many meters? No one knows because nobody that's measured anything in meters has been.
Because the moon's not real, right?
Well, no, because nobody who's measured anything in meters has been to the moon, right?
True.
It's not, yeah. But oh man, so yeah. What kind of hat are you wearing? Is that a Miller High Life hat?
Yeah, Miller High Life. I'm drinking a Miller Light, but I figure I would try to get as close as possible on that one.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah,
bought this thing 2 years ago from TJ Maxx for $5. Been wearing it ever since.
Hell yeah, that's a champagne. That's a champagne of beers, man.
That's right.
And they had a girl on the moon, so it's on their logo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, I guess we already heard Buddy's honesty cap. I would have given up the Book of Earl, but he just doesn't like Marines who do pull-ups.
Pull-up is a weird workout, a weird exercise, a weird skill to like put all of your shit into. Like just like, what do we do? Pull-ups. That's what we. I don't get it.
Well, you don't get it, and this thing that I understand it, but I guess like the Book of Earl hasn't been, distributed or seen by enough people for it to save lives like it should and make people better. But we are seeing another extreme amount of triggerness and pansiness by the people that have TDS, right? And the people who we kind of talked about this a couple weeks ago, the people that just can't stand anything that is going on because they can't stand Trump, okay? So I got some good buddies that have absolutely lost their shit, like a child who just got their candy taken away, about the press in the Pentagon being told to sign something or they couldn't fucking be there, right? And this shall not infringe. This is attack on the Constitution. We literally had somebody on this show who was the SEAC. That went through 3 different presidencies, 3 different administrations. And he talked about how they control the press in the Pentagon and how there were some reporters that weren't allowed within 5 miles of the Pentagon. And then because reporters are for profit, all right, and they make shit up. So who knows what they actually made them sign? I didn't really look into it. But where was your outrage over the last, I don't know, how old are you as an adult? I know me, probably 20 years of adulthood. Probably, if you ask people, maybe only even 10. I'm 44, but maybe a real adult for 10. This isn't new. So why all of a sudden do you give a shit that the constitutional rights are being crushed? Again, the media is for profit. When you are for profit, you can be controlled. And every administration has done it. So again, I've covered this. I think it was chapter 5.
Yeah.
I'll have to go look at it. Chapter 5 in the Book of Earl is settle the fuck down. All right? Just chill. Chill out. Okay? You don't really care that some reporter staged a walkout on the Pentagon. You really don't. And there's nothing in the Constitution that is being violated to those reporters. Those reporters are still allowed to report.
Do you think the little bit of a concern from people is like just the fact that like I don't know, misinformation now can be controlled. That narrative can be controlled more because now they're saying like all the information that comes out of the Pentagon has to be vetted first. I think that's where a lot of people are freaking out. Like where they're just like, it had to be vetted prior to that too. We were in a 20-year war dealing with multiple wars, like, and we had reporters there from Fox, CNN, MSNBC, like everything. But now they're all like, everything that they report has to be vetted first. Like, is it really like?
That's not even close. It's not even close to the first time it's happened.
Yeah, but
I mean, you lost your press pass. You lost your press pass in Vietnam if you didn't report what you were supposed to report.
And I'm just speaking from my minimal knowledge on it, where like the concern, I guess, would be just like the narrative control, right? Not saying that is happening, right? But go ahead, buddy.
I mean, you have freedom of the press, but that doesn't mean that you have to be given the information without working for it. So, like, when has the government ever shared everything with anybody, to include the government? Like, there's TS SCI for a reason. There's TS for a reason. There's secret for a reason.
Of course.
Yeah. So, like, you're in the most regulated building probably in the country, in the Pentagon. And to be shocked that you can't just report on anything that you've heard.
I think that's very clear. And Nick said that too. I think
I just don't understand the brouhaha, if you will. That'd be like,
it's because it's CBS.
It's always been a thing.
If it's always been that way, then why are people like stressed about it?
That's my point. It's just because it happened yesterday, and who the administration is.
Yeah,
it's like, and if you want to be objective about it,
but it's not just Republicans that are like questioning it. I mean, Democrats that are questioning it. It's Republicans too that are just saying. Even Fox News was like, "What has changed? Like we've always only been able to talk about things that are not classified, but now we're being told we have to like go through a channel to even discuss what we can report on." That is concerning.
Here's what my opinion is on that. If you were to ask me what my opinion is on that piece of it, it's the fact that this is the most transparent administration anybody alive has ever seen. This dude brings reporters into the Oval Office and argues with them, right? Like these people are coming in. They have had access to things that they're like, holy shit, we can come in here? Yeah, come on in, let's go. So maybe it's hey, if we're going to give you this amount of access, you don't get to print your bullshit. Like you don't get to like just go off and say some dumb shit. That would just be my opinion on it. And then if we're going to give you access in the Pentagon,
am I weird to assume that this is just information that's coming from the Pentagon?
Right.
Okay. So do some work and get the information.
Right. Be an investigative journalist
and then report on it. Stop bitching about it. Like.
Buddy gets it. Like
they're telling you that the stuff that they say like can't be used against them, basically. But
no, they're basically saying you have to use another channel before you report on this. It has to be vetted.
Yeah.
But I mean, they should already know. Like I don't. It just.
But there's got to be some
devil's advocate here. Like it just.
No, you're good. You're good. I know you're good with that concern. Like I would be okay with somebody asking that question as opposed to just going off the fucking rocker and saying we're trampling the Constitution again. It's like Jesus, dude. Like, you don't. The media is for profit. If we were sending these people to jail, now we got problems. Like now we got massive problems. But it's like, what is the quid pro quo here? What is the access? What is the access to the Pentagon for? Like I said, we had somebody on this show say that their reporters weren't allowed in there, period. They weren't even allowed within 5 miles.
The freedom of the press is the freedom to be able to get to be able to print without like, when you get information to be able to print it. Mm-hmm. That being said, it doesn't grant you the information. It doesn't grant you sources. It doesn't grant you transparency. That'd be like saying that the Second Amendment gave you the right to murder people. It doesn't. It just gives you the right to keep and bear arms. It doesn't save you from the consequences or the responsibility of having a weapon. Like freedom of the press doesn't grant you open access to anything you want to. Like, it has limitations as well. Like, so what are we discussing? I guess I'm confused. Like,
No, I'm discussing the outrage, the unnecessary outrage on social media. From
well, we have to be outraged by something. That's
Yeah.
just the thing that we have to, like, you're at this point conditioned to be outraged by anything that you don't understand, as opposed to trying to understand it and then not be outraged by it. You know?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Everybody does
but
that.
like I said, I don't like having to do the same book of Earl.
Like, the fact
again,
is,
it's
we're having No King's Day today in a place where the last No King's Day should have happened sometime in 1776.
Right. And the reason that you are able to go to the streets and fight fascism means that there is no king or fascism.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of obvious, but no, yeah, it's
King
just-
Trump's working on it though. Well, let's cut it.
yeah. If you watch his press
If
conference,
you can prove it, that would
if
be
you
something.
watch his press conference the other day where he dogs Russian generals, that was fucking hilarious because the press was in the Oval Office and he goes, Russia should have won this war like in 2 weeks, but some dumbass general over there, and he cusses in these meetings too. He's like, some dumbass general there decided to send his tanks in the middle of the spring when it was wet and muddy. And he's like, that wasn't a very good fucking idea. And then he was like, and then we gave him javelins. I gave them javelins, not Barack Hussein Obama. It's like, this hilarious how he just fucking talks. But no, yeah, I want people to calm down, take a breath, and then remember, keep your receipts. All right, keep your receipts when you say shit on social media, because I'm going to come looking for them. Like when Dave says something, I'll go back 3 years when something relatively close happened and see if he was pissed off. Right, and because you can do that,
and that's why I don't really get on social media too much and get into the politics.
There's receipts.
There's
receipts. I'm gonna find out. Like I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, but there are some things where I'm just like, I got to say something, But I just try to. I know you're all over it. You're on every thread possible when it comes to, and it's fine. That's just not my.
Yeah. And like the one argument I'll listen to about the Pentagon is. And the reporters is if you're like a 100% a libertarian and like a free everything, then I get it because you don't believe there should be secret anything. You don't believe that there should be a top secret clearance. You don't think that the government should be able to do fucking anything without our permission, right?
Oh, yeah.
I would listen to you being upset. I would listen to you being upset because you like that. It just goes against every one of your core
Our
values.
national security requires that, and many other reasons require clearance.
But to a true libertarian, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, there shouldn't be any secrets. We should just be crushed. Like we should just do what we do. But anyways, let's get
zero government involvement. But let's get to our guest. Yep.
Let's get to our guest. So I gotta, he's been talking too much, so we had to take some of the time away from him. But no, he's coming from New Jersey. He was an officer for 2 years, and when I was trying to look up his, looking at his resume, I'm like, well, what kind of MOS was this guy in that he only did 2 years? And turns out he had the hips of a 6-year-old girl, and then decided to med board. And then when I wrote the script, he's like, I don't sell beef jerky. I'm like, yeah, you got to watch a few of the shows. It takes me like 30 seconds to write that script. But so, and then Buddy still doesn't even read it. So once in a while he does.
I read the script. I didn't read the bio yet.
At least the guest read the bio. But no, you started the Foxhole Collective, which sounds like a super fascinating idea. We're super excited to hear about it. So welcome to the Trash Talk Hour, and tell us a little bit about yourself, about your long service stint, and what caused you to start the collective.
Yeah, thank you for having me, fellas. I appreciate it. Yep, long stint indeed. Tried to be a little high speed, get into the airborne and air assault. Next thing you know, hip gives out, and 7 months later, trying to get the VA to give me an MRI, thinking it was a pulled groin. It was torn in 3 different places. So, spent the rest of my 11 Alpha as an aide de camp, aka secretary for our battalion commanders. So that was an awesome time. You know, just a lot of really cool, fun stuff that's the
That's a
reason I
lot of
signed up.
really. That's
You made a lot of coffee, made a lot of slideshows. Yeah,
a lot of slideshows. It was awesome. That's the reason I signed up in the first place. So,
I bet your mom
great.
was on point though.
Yeah. My mom was happy. I wasn't happy, but you know, that's a different story. So, appreciate you guys having me. But yeah, so I actually started the Foxhole Collective with a buddy who's still in service. He's actually in the Q course now, but we started the entire initiative. One of our friends from Ibola passed away in a car accident last year. So we wanted to, you know, kind of honor him and, you know, remember his legacy. And we started it originally as the Foxhole apparel. And what we did was create, you know, some military niche apparel, but, you know, that was kind of just a sideshow for us. And, you know, him being in active service still, it kind of just landed on me, and who the hell am I to just start a graphic design business and t-shirt company. It was a lot of difficult stuff. And, you know, honestly, to me, it wasn't like as meaningful.
Many out there, though. It's always a good try. You know, not that
for sure. And, you know, there's only a million. Yeah. But, you know, it wasn't really that meaningful to me anyway. Like, you know, obviously, like I want to remember the legacy of one of our buddies, but, you know, I wasn't really that passionate about the product or service itself. So a couple months went by, and I was thinking about, hey, you know, like, how can we really make this thing meaningful? And I started thinking about all the different veteran-owned companies or businesses that we support on a daily basis. But, you know, we're like a tight-knit community. How can we outreach that to more American households and, you know, just to the broader American community? So what I decided to do is partner with a bunch of different veteran-owned businesses across the country, small businesses, and we created a subscription box that focuses solely on exclusive veteran-owned products. And what we do is every month we curate a different box with different products from different companies across the country. And hopefully our goal is to, you know, showcase these veteran-owned businesses to people who typically wouldn't be, you know, ordering these or seeing these in supermarkets, for example, right? Like, of course, you see Black Rifle coffee in the supermarket, but you don't see a different small business coffee there. And what we want to do is showcase and empower these companies, because obviously there you go right there. That's awesome stuff right there. But yeah, so we want to empower them. And, you know, I think we don't serve our veteran community as Americans great once the uniform gets taken off. And that's the whole basis behind it. So, you know, our motto is every box supports veteran-owned businesses. And that's kind of what we're trying to support here.
How much is the subscription?
Yeah, so subscription is $79.99. You get about 5 to 6 different products, depending on, you know, if there's a heftier bulk product. A lot of it focuses on, you know, snacks, coffee, gear, apparel, household goods. So it's a conglomerate of different things, and everything is different every month. So you're not getting the same thing, you know, back to back, and it doesn't kind of get boring. Another thing we do is we highlight the veteran owners of these businesses within the box. So when you receive the box, you're getting a pamphlet as well. And you're learning about these veterans, who they were, where they served, you know, what inspired them to start their own business and things like that. So you're getting a story of the veterans behind the products as well, not just, you know, just a blanket box of products that doesn't mean much to you.
I love that you guys did that at the veteran angle, because there are a lot of companies out there, like you can do it for like a loan, and there's one like Your Fit or whatever, where you like, depending on what type of clothes you wear, they'll send you a monthly box with like shirts and jeans. So I love that angle. Is there like a website where can people look this up and like?
Yeah. So we have a website, thefoxholecollective.com, and you can learn more about our mission, you know, about our buddy that passed away and just how we started this in general. And you can see the different things that we put into our box as well. There's a couple different sample products on there now too, as well as and you can have the opportunity to buy some apparel from our old stint when we first started this thing. But yeah, so, you know, we're still in our infancy. We're just starting out, but our goal is to really, you know, get this out there and try to spread the love for the veterans as much as possible, and really get it out to not just veteran households, obviously, because it's a small, you know, 1% of the population, but we really want to hit, you know, just American patriots who love the country, want to support people after they take the uniform off in general.
And how many companies
I like that
are you?
angle.
Oh, go ahead, Nick. Yeah,
I like that angle because I've heard of you guys before. When I saw your email come across, I've heard of you guys before. So I was like, oh man, where did I? So I started looking it up. So it's $79.99 a month.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Or you can order, you know, you can just order one box if you want. You know, let's say, hey, it's a November box, it's $89.99. Subscription, obviously, you're saving a little bit more. But it's not a commitment where you have to sign up for X amount of months. You can get one box
Cancel
and then decide
anytime.
it's not
Right.
for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and I like that because I have a lot of people that always ask me, what's a good charity to support? Like, where do I do this? Where do I do that? And I'm sitting here like, I'll give them a few that I like. And I was like, but what you can do best is just, help a veteran-owned business out.
Mhm.
And so this is a super, super cool idea for anybody listening that's not a veteran, to where it's like, and that's part of the show. And I talk about it in the pre-show with their interview, like the little video I was doing about like, let's throw some light on what veterans are doing in the community and how do we support that. So yeah, anybody listening, because a lot of people listen on Spotify and that kind of stuff later on after it downloads. But yeah, go to thefoxholecollective.com and then buy it for a month, and then you're helping veterans right there. So
how many veteran companies are you guys partnered up with right now? Do you have can you even put that number out, or like how many?
Yeah. So like I said, we're still in our infancy, so we're just starting to get these boxes out there, but we have 30 plus companies we've already partnered with.
Nice.
And that's just on a surface level. So we've got months and months of boxes ready to go. And even some of these companies, like they have multiple different products, right? So if they're a grooming product, for example, we have one company who we're doing exfoliating soap bars with in one box. A couple months later, we can do grooming products with shaving needs and things like that. So, it's just every month is different, curated uniquely, just strictly veteran-owned products. I know there's some boxes out there subscription wise that, do USA made products and things like that nature, but we're focusing solely on veterans and, supporting our veterans outside of them taking off the uniform and into their business ventures and whatnot.
And you might have hit on that. If I'm watching this right now and I'm like, I want to get one of these boxes, I go on the website. Is it geared towards like some of the things that I like? Do you kind of like, or is it just a surprise every single time? Like I'm going to get some coffee products. I'm going to get a shirt, or can I like say, hey, I just want really just apparel boxes to come? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. So that's a good question. So right now we're just kind of I wouldn't say random, but we're strategically putting different things in the box because we don't want to just kind of funnel it to, hey, you're getting 5 different coffee products if someone doesn't like coffee, right? We want to really target different people. And like I said, when we're targeting the everyday American patriot household, like things that Army guys or Marines might like, things that they're not necessarily things that the American person would find cool, right? So we're not just like putting pocket knives or things like that. We're like, for example, there's a company we partner with in Long Island who makes scented candles, for each season. So just like, the overall American household can benefit from that. And it's things that people can enjoy that are not just, military minded per se, that they're just the American that wants to support our company.
Very cool.
Dave, maybe I heard you differently. But no, that's fantastic. Like, but what if like I buy a box and then next month I go, you know what? I kind of just want this. Is there anything to where it's like you can, as a subscriber, say, hey, first box was cool, but I want $80 worth of freaking candles because they're awesome.
Yeah. So not box per se, but what we're working on is after each veteran-owned company is featured within our box, you can go onto our website and in the marketplace, that product will be featured. So if you love the product and you think it's awesome,
you can just go straight to the company.
But you're also a pamphlet with all their information in it too. So I think it's an awesome idea. I like it. You kind of touched on it at first, like when you opened up a apparel shop. There's a million apparel shops. There's a million coffee brands. There's a million like everything. There at one point we looked it up. There's like 55,000 or more. Well more than that. Like veteran-owned organizations, businesses. There's probably hundreds of thousands, right? But what they don't have is publicity, and that's kind of one of the things we do here. But I mean, we just talk about it. And it's cool that you get a box that it's $79. You spend $79 on very random things, just going into Walmart. You know what I mean?
100%.
You're getting them. You know what I mean? Something that and at the end of the day, say you get a box with 5 items in it, and you don't like 3 of them. Cool. You just bought a box with 3 items that you can give as a gift to somebody that
you don't like.
If you don't like coffee, but your buddy does like coffee, here you go. And you got all the information about it. So, you're not losing at any point. I think it's a really, really, really good idea. I think it's pretty cool. I
Should have read the
Yeah,
bio, buddy.
I'll tell you, I've been receiving samples from all these different companies that we're partnering with now to, just review all the products that they're selling. And like, I'm just floored by how good some of these products are that, whether you can eat or just use, right? Like this exfoliating soap that I bought, like it's absolutely fantastic. Like it's going to be my go-to now. And it's just awesome to see these veterans who kind of just started their own companies and being able to support them and just see the work that they've done, after service, and what has made them successful has been really rewarding to start this, as a whole. So
I will say that I just bought some mugs from a company called
INERTmugs
that we had last time.
EFFFFFINNNN
I would say that you should they're awesome mugs. You should probably look into it.
I will.
Yeah.
and if you're looking for
we've had so many guests on.
Watch the last 3 years of our show.
Yeah.
I will.
We had a guy that made razor blades, right? Didn't we have a guy that made razor blades?
Yeah, razor blades.
Yeah, coffee, authors. Yeah.
And I'll say, anybody watching this who has a veteran-owned business with a tangible item, you can go on our website as well. You can go to the Partner With Us tab and just throw your information on. We'd be happy to contact you, get you in a box, and support and empower your company as well. So, we're always looking for new companies to highlight and partner with and showcase what they've got going on. So anyone who's watching this now, please feel free to reach out. We would be happy to showcase your stuff.
Yeah, it's a win-win for everybody, right? Like a company that partners up. Yeah, I love it. Go ahead, Nick.
What is the strangest product somebody's wanted you to put in a box?
So I recently was talking to somebody who said that they started the fudge business, and they wanted to throw me some samples of fudge, which, listen, I'm all for it, but one thing we got to think about when we got these boxes is there is a shelf life to some of these consumable products. And so that one kind of threw me off regard because I had to do my research to find out what the shelf life of fudge looked like. So that one was definitely an odd one.
And it's awfully weird to say, like, if somebody calls you in the middle of the month and you're getting the boxes ready, like, what are you doing? I'm packing fudge.
Packing fudge. That's right.
Packing fudge right now.
That's right.
This is really cool.
Tell us more about. So I was just on your website as I subscribed because I put my money where my mouth is. I'm like Dave and Nick. Anyway, so I saw that
get $5,000 to AUSA for break chapter, but you're right. It wasn't $89.99.
You guys started it because of a friend of yours. What's if you want to share like some of your story about what's it Captain InScore?
Yeah. Branton InScore, we met shortly after we finished OCS. We're stuck in the S3 lab for about 6 months, so you can imagine we got pretty close then. But just an awesome guy. I think a lot of I think OCS is kind of misunderstood. A lot of these high speed guys that go through OCS, they're just normal people who had normal jobs and they felt like they wanted to do this higher purpose and really serve our country. So being able to hang out with these people and just like learning from all these guys from all walks of life is something that I really like take to heart every day. But just a normal guy from North Carolina who grew up on a farm, loved his country, and after working in corporate America, decided, hey, I want to do something greater than that. And he was just an awesome guy. And I when that day came, I was just shocked and obviously we're still reeling from it, but his family's amazing. The brotherhood that we created was amazing. He was an amazing singer. He's got a lot of awesome songs on Spotify that I still listen to today. But I can't say anything bad about. I mean, I've got nothing but good things to say. He was an awesome guy. He was, he loved the country, loved America, loved to serve. So, just somebody that we're going to miss every single day, but somebody that we want to honor, and kind of he represents like who we are as a company, and giving back to the community and serving for others is kind of that's our whole mission, and that's who he was. So, just being able to honor his legacy is an amazing thing for us.
That's really cool.
Love that. Yeah. Wow.
I have my brain working on a co-op right now.
You said you guys just started. How long? And maybe I missed that part, but how long have you guys been fully active now?
we started the apparel company back last October. He passed away last August, so we started back in October, and that went on for about 4 or 5 months. And then once my buddy started with his Q course and whatnot, it kind of slowed down because it became a one-man show for me, and I have a full-time job outside of doing this, so it slowed down a little bit, and that's when I decided that I wanted to kind of do something more meaningful than just apparel. So I started doing it really full on actually during paternity leave back in July, building all these partnerships and whatnot, building our box with, we like to have a nice, cool looking box and to market, and not just something that looks like cardboard itself. So I guess I really started back in July to really kind of move this thing forward. Nice. And our first boxes, our first orders were in October. And so now we're just building more of our base and our customers and moving forward with that. But, like I said, we have a lot of different veteran-owned partnerships at this point. From all over the country, as far west, I'm in New Jersey, as far west as California, down south in Georgia, Texas, Nebraska, just North Carolina, just to name a few that I can think of off the top of my head. But, there's people all over the country that we're here to help. And that's our main mission, just to give back and serve for them. So just starting out.
Do you guys ship overseas?
We can ship overseas. I haven't, I'd like to stay domestically possible. Yeah, it does cost a lot more, but if it's meaningful and worth it, I would be happy to do so. To like I said,
to who, Dave? To
well, the only reason I ask is because we run into that situation all the time with our shirts. We got vets that live in Germany and stuff. Germany is one of the
or even Puerto Rico. We just had to cancel that order.
Yeah,
we don't even know how it went through.
So we make it available occasionally, but the shipping is obviously just insane. So it costs a lot more.
I did ship out.
Germany is one, buddy. We get a lot of people from Germany.
Yeah, if they can get it shipped to an APOAE, then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did ship out some shirts way back when to someone who served in the Australian Army out in Australia, and that was quite hefty and a long process to figure that out. But like I said, I would be happy to send to anybody that wants to support veterans. That's our goal at the end of the day, right?
We handle it case by case, kind of just
exactly.
Shirts.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, Sam, I personally hate subscription boxes normally, because they're so specific and it's join the subscription box for the outdoors. And they're some dude is just sending you whatever knife he feels like he gets. I really like this idea mostly because it's not limited to a certain activity, but it's defined by veteran owned businesses. And I think that's a really great idea. Because you can get a lot of stuff for a whole plethora of I don't know how to spell it, Dave. Anyway,
I was going to get really mad at you for a second there because there's no way you know how to spell plethora.
To knives or whatever. I think that's a really, really cool idea.
We don't want to constrain a customer that can't handle hot sauce to 5 different kinds of hot sauce. So what we like to do is spread out the love.
Yeah, and again, if you don't like hot sauce, you're still able to give that to somebody else. And if they do
Christmas is coming up, it's a stocking stuffer or just a present for somebody.
Right.
We've said it a bunch of times. If it's kind of like if your friend owns a restaurant and you go there and ask for a discount with your friends, you're kind of a dick. If you're a veteran and people own veteran owned businesses and you're not if you're not spreading the word when you know about it, or you have a product that like I said, even if you get the box and you don't like it, you you're still giving word of mouth advertising to these small businesses and veteran owned businesses that need it and can use it. And if you're going to buy soap or hot sauce, you might as well buy it from somebody who, is like you, as opposed to buying it from somebody else.
Yeah. And like I said, I like the idea, and we'll if you want to stick around for a couple minutes after the show when we're not live anymore, I got a few ideas that I've already populated in the big Earl's head.
I don't like to brag, Sam, but don't listen too much. You didn't even subscribe yet. I already subscribed, Sam, so you should listen to what I say.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
He didn't even subscribe yet. Check your email.
Just for 1 month. Actually,
no, there's the whole thing, full Monty.
there's 2 people that have scanned the QR code, so we got 2 so far.
That's
I
awesome.
didn't scan it. I just went to
So then there's 3 people.
foxhole.com.
All right, so maybe we got 3 new
Directly to the
subscribers.
website. It's a very
Yeah.
well built website. Just so you
Be
know,
legit. Be legit.
I appreciate that. We worked hard on our website creation, so
it is actually a pretty good website. It's not like a military website. You can
That's
actually
right.
find stuff. It's easy. I like
that's
it.
right.
I like easy things because I kind of know.
Yeah.
But
Well, all right, buddy. Give us the AAR. We got a short time window today because
dude, I've
Dave's
been
got to
writing.
go.
I've been writing this whole time. All right.
Yeah.
So, first thing, pull-ups and Marines, dumb. Don't do them. Don't do Marines or pull-ups because they don't prove anything. Anywho, that's England is haunted. Everybody knows that. Read a book. It's science. The place. There have been people there for a lot of times, and they've been doing mean stuff to each other the whole time, and the spirits aren't happy. So don't go there. Definitely don't go there and then go to the woods. It's a bad idea. The press, also dumb. And freedom of the press doesn't mean freedom of information. You don't just get information just because you got a press pass, because anybody can print one of those out. They don't. There's no press license bureau that gives out. Like I could say I'm part of the press. They wouldn't be able to argue it. Anyway, if you really want to support veteran-owned businesses, go to the Foxhole Collective at foxholecollective.com, and you can help memorialize Captain Inscore and get yourself a box. You get 5 to 6 items for $59.99 or $79.99. Sorry, $79.99. I didn't say that.
$89.99, I think, is for November, right?
$89.99 is for one box.
Single.
Everybody knows that. Read a book. Anyway, $79.99 is the price.
$89.99 for one box. You can use the code. You can use the code
Go
the
ahead, use the
FoxBox
code.
15% off your first box.
Yeah, I didn't use that code because I don't get discounts from people that I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We have a big problem with asking for discounts from veteran-owned businesses.
Yep.
So,
all right. Let's see. And and they make a collective or a subscription box of all veteran-owned businesses. And again, if you don't like what comes in the box, give it away. Tell them where you got it, and if they like it, they can order more from other people and get more subscriptions. So don't be a dick. Spread the word. If you're a veteran, like be a veteran. Like one team, one fight, or whatever. I've heard
be about
that.
it.
Yeah.
Some unit had that. Anyway, they've been going for a little less than a year, and they're already crushing it. So go to the
I think that was the
foxhole.com.
Me Too movement.
Go to the. I think that's hashtag Me Too, which
Okay.
back in my day was kind of
Foxhole Collective, buddy. Foxhole
very
Collective.
weird. That's what I said. Foxholecollective.com. Go there. Anywho, all right. It was great talking to you, Sam. And
Drink vodka and Wild Tiger. Those are the results.
also get yourself a case of. You could go on Amazon and add these to your box. Not a veteran-owned business, but veterans do appreciate a little Wild Tiger in their life. Just saying.
You could be like, you want to feel what it's like to be in Iraq? You'll get a can of Wild Tiger with this box.
Yeah, it's not good for you at all. It's got nicotine.
Is that Wild Tiger made in the U.S., buddy?
Oh no, it's made in Jordan. Everybody knows that.
It's
Yeah, by King Hussein.
This
Show us
shit's
the writing
legit,
on the
dude.
can. Show us the writing on the can. Is it in English? The writing.
Well, yeah,
in
it's
the
in
back.
English. The Wild Tiger you got in Iraq was in English.
No,
The
it was
back-
not.
No, it was. The back of it wasn't.
Yeah.
The back of
But
it
the
was
back
not.
of this is in England, but it is made and bottled in Jordan, so you know it's good.
Cool.
Yeah,
The real shit.
King Hussein
Sam,
actually
final words, brother.
tips it.
Every box supports veteran-owned businesses. Go out, support American patriots, veterans alike. Support veteran-owned businesses, people who took the uniform off, but now, working hard to fulfill their American dreams and their own entrepreneurship. So appreciate you guys having me. It's been awesome. That's all I got.
Appreciate you, brother. If you tune in late, go to VeteranTrashTalk.com. That is our website, which has links to everything. Go to shop.VeteranTrashTalk.com. That is where we sell our awesome shirts. Today, I'm wearing the Only Infantry. All right. This one sells pretty good. Nick, what are you wearing? What's that one called? All Lives Matter?
No lives matter.
No Lives Matter. Yeah. And
It's your
then
Halloween
of
shirts.
course,
They're
the
on sale
boats.
right now.
Amazing shirt. Go check them out. Again, if you tuned in late, go to YouTube, give us a subscribe, like, rewatch the show, and then support our man Sam here, all right, with the Foxhole Collective. And we'll catch you guys next Saturday. Faceman VT.